What's up, guys? It's Nico, Inefficient Market with MIC, coming at you on Friday, end of the week, November 16. Who's excited for the weekend? You hear that? Yeah, it's silent. No one, no one. No traders are never excited for the weekend. I'm not licensed, I'm not registered. This is not investment advice, even if it sounds like investment advice. I'm just sharing with you my trades for today, which is just PCG. Not much going on in pre-market. Didn't really have anything I was interested in, nothing that fit my profile, my characteristics, my qualities, the things I'm looking for. And I've had PCG on watch for maybe 5 trading days now or so, or a while now. So I'm always pulling it up each day and seeing what I think about it, what my thoughts are, if I think there's a trade in there or not, that kind of thing. But big move yesterday in after hours. Let's check out the daily. This is the play on. This is the California wildfire play. For those that don't know, if you've been living under a rock, this stock has gone from almost $50, maybe 49.5 bucks, to a low of like 17 and a half in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trading sessions. Yesterday we closed on lows, massive volume on the daily, huge. And then in after hours, man, someone was just buying this up. This ran all the way. How high do we go in after hours yesterday? Let's check out the 5 minute and see what happened. So 26 and a half from, 17 and a half to 26 and a half. I mean, just monster move, monster move in after hours yesterday. Just wild. And I'm not sure if there was news. Some were saying there was a headline in after hours. Others were saying the headline was from earlier on in the day yesterday, that California was saying they don't want them to go bankrupt or this or that. But either way, all I know is I was watching price and monster move. So I was curious to see how this opened today. There were some levels that came back into play today, 25. And we did end up testing these pre-market highs and pressed up through them a little bit. Yesterday's pre-market highs in our pre-market this morning. But if we take a closer look, let's see what happened. I'm going to drill down to like maybe a 1 minute. I like my 1 minute charts. And let's see what's going on. So I guess before we check this out, I'll just say, whoops, I just watched Alex's IG live, his recap. That was great. Congrats to him. I mean, he's basically gone a whole month, knock on wood, of consistency, just green every day. Excuse me, I think he might be 1 day shy of a month. I'm not sure, but he's far out there, and that's amazing, man. That's amazing. My trading's been really well myself. I've been doing really well since my PTI debacle. I've just been, looking to get on first base, second base, and every now and then I'm hitting some third base trades and a home run here and there, but maybe just one or two since PTI. But I'm just taking my time and trading, focus on trading well and my process, and taking losses where I should, and honing in on my habits and focusing on my discipline. So shout out to me. Great. Well, also Alex mentioned I've been doing some things in MIC's chat, and a couple days ago I was bored, and I was like, well, let's call some traders. Let's connect with some traders. So I started calling people randomly. I just started a thread in chat, and I was like, hey, if you wanna talk, do an audio call or even a video call, let me know. And got some people to reply, and I just started calling them, and I went straight down the list, and I've been doing it every day since. I haven't done it yet today, but I'm going to shortly. I'm actually gonna take a break soon and go get a mocha, man. I just love these things. This espresso stuff is just, I think I'm becoming addicted. Honestly, it's just really good. And the amount of money I'm spending at Starbucks on these mochas on a daily basis, I'm pretty sure pretty soon I need to invest in my own mocha machine or espresso machine or something. I mean, because I mean, at some point in time, it's not financially, I'm leaving the house. I'm taking my time to leave the house. I'm sitting in the drive-through, paying for my mocha, and if I'm doing that at $4 a day or whatever it is, that's something. I don't even know what prices of espresso machines are. If there's mocha machines, I barely know what a mocha is, man. All I know is that shit tastes really good, and gets me wired good too. I like it. Anyways, yeah, so I've been really enjoying what this connecting with traders in MIC, having all different kinds of conversations, traders from different experience levels, different age ranges, just all spectrum. People with kids, without kids, the challenges of trading, the family challenges of trading. Just amazing. It's just really cool. So I'm really looking forward to it to continue doing this. So be on the lookout every day for me in chat. I'll just randomly, whenever I feel like it. There's not going to be a schedule. I'm not going to do like I'm going to do it at this time. I want to make it random to give everyone a fair shot. And see who I can connect with. So I've been really enjoying it, and I look forward to doing it some more. Great. Well, PCG. All right. So Pacific Gas and Electric Company. Yeah. So I was really curious to see how this would trade off the open, given the price action yesterday in after hours, and then even in today's pre-market. So we clearly had something going on. We had some highs here, 26 and a half, basically, where we were topping out, both in after hours yesterday and today in our pre-market. And so I was curious to see what would happen off the open. I waited till the open. These would have been great sells. Any sells above 26, man, outstanding sells for those that took that trade or those trades. But I personally, my plan was I wanted to wait until the open. This is a NYSE name. This is not a NASDAQ name. And I'm curious to see what the players, I mean, there's some big money players behind this stuff that push stocks like this. So market caps this big, when you see large moves like this, there's wallets that I can't even fathom the size of, that are pushing moves like this stuff. So I don't want to, I'm not going to try and mess with this stuff in a thinner session like pre-market, or, I want to let them. Anyways, maybe I'm being too conservative, too cautious, but that was my plan. I'll leave it at that. So I waited till the open, and let's check it out. So, okay, so. Yeah, so we opened here on the big volume, and we immediately got weak into the chart here, and we did end up bouncing kind of up near VWAP. I was wondering if it'd be a good sell to bounce, but I didn't want to take it yet, and I was just going to remain patient, kind of let PCG play its cards, play its hand a little more, so I could see what cards it had and see if I could get a good read on it, that kind of thing. Just kind of patiently waiting. It's okay. I don't have to trade every day. I don't have to press buttons, and there wasn't much in the way of niche opportunity for me in pre-market anyways. So I was just figured I'd be stocking this thing for some good opportunity. And as it turned out, it came along, and I hit it nice. So after that bounce, we did end up going lower. Now, yesterday was a big down day. So SSR flipped, stayed back on yesterday. The switch flipped, so which guaranteed that SSR was going to be on again today. So that was a big factor in watching this today. Now you'll see that once we got down here on lows, low a day, I mean, some big volume, and then we start bouncing up back into the range. When we get back above 24, 25, you'll see this level right here. This is a wick level, and you'll see we get back into that, and you'll see that wick level comes into play later on in the day. You'll see right here also. So before we get to that though, we bounce all the way almost to VWAP. And that's when I see higher lows from the pre-market highs. I'm kind of looking at that as higher lows, lower highs from the pre-market high. And I'm thinking, okay, I think I might have some a good opportunity here. I might have some edge here. So even though I've got SSR on this thing, we're back up to VWAP. I'm thinking maybe we don't get back above VWAP. So I started selling, and I put some covers down at 24.50 just in case I was right. I made about 30 cents on the trade, 35 cents on the trade. So maybe it was 40 cents on the highest sell. I don't know, but it was a good trade. It was a good trade to get my morning going, and that worked out really nice. I took it off. I wanted to see how SSR's on, big money, this stock. I mean, this isn't just a pig. This is not your average micro cap pig company. This is not just going to give up 80% of its move because it's done. I mean, there's so many other factors at play. That's got the wildfires happening. That's the catalyst for all the volatility and range in this name the last like 6 or 7 sessions. You got big money in here, big money. You got SSR turned on. There's a lot of issues. It's easy to borrow, but I mean, that's less of a factor on a market cap like this. But even so, with the big money behind this in SSR, you got to be careful on the short. You got to be careful on the short. I see myself as a market timer. I'm not looking to get short and think, oh, this is going to go lower. I'm going to hold it for 3 days. That's not my style. I know me and my habits, my personality, my style, my attitude, my bankroll, my risk tolerance. All these things are my makeup as a trader. They make me up as a trader, and that's just not how I trade personally. So I'm looking to make my daily coin and book it up by the end of the day. I rarely swing and do it all over again the next day, and just keep doing it every day and grind it out and get on base. I love my spreadsheet. I still to this day I put my daily P&L in my spreadsheet, and there's nothing I love more than just green. I just love putting a ton of green in that thing. I think since my PTI big loss day, I've had two red days, and each red day was just small, man, small. Like one was, I mean, both under $1,000. I think one was like $500 and the other one was $800 or something like that. And yeah, so I've been trading really well, really consistently, and it's yeah. Anyways, so sorry. So yeah, so I sell and I do my scalp thing. I get some money on the table and or take it off the table, put it in my pocket, and I'm continuing to watch this thing. So shortly thereafter, we shove back on this candle, and we get some some okay volume. Whatever, it's not. I mean, we're still volume's kind of dwindling here. So if you see volume as the energy bar, if you will, for those video gamers out there, and you see candles as the what it's doing. So candles, price is showing you what it's doing, and if you look at volume as though it's the energy bar, how strong is that candle move or how weak is that candle move. That's one way to look at it. So not very much energy on this candle. So kind of consistent with it failed VWAP. Okay, yeah, it's kind of adds up to me. And then the next handle we reject right there. We reject off this level, this sub 25 level just here, just sub 25. And we come back down, we fall back into the range, we go down, and what do? We test the wick lows here from the 24-25 area. So you see we're coming up and down and up. We test VWAP, really come down, really test VWAP, we wick, fall back into the range, we come down and test the low of these wicks, and we hold them. Now, mind you, SSR is on, so watching the tape of this thing is extremely interesting. You see buyers, you see sellers, you see all kinds of action, and you see the bid, you see the offers stack up once the shorts are, trying to do a little, get a bear raid going, and you'll see like 30,000, 5,000, 7,000, 8, 10, 12, 15, 22, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32,000 shares stack up on the offer because SSR's on, and you're like, you just know they're trying to shake some longs and get some weak longs to sell and drop some bids. But anyways, it's a great name. It's a nicey name. Like I said, it trades differently than NASDAQ, but if you're interested in tape reading, it's a different animal. It's really cool to see this stuff. Really cool to study and watch it. So I've been enjoying it immensely. So after we hold these lows at 24.25, we come back up and we do end up testing these highs right here. Which is now VWAP. VWAP came down a little bit, and you'll see we wick a little bit. We reject off them. But those were some good moves, some good energy moves. We got some good, rising volume here. So rising energy, that's good. But as it turns out, it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough energy, and we reject off that VWAP, and we come back down into the range. And but you'll notice we are holding these lows. We are holding these lows. These lows are getting higher here. They're either getting higher or they're holding. Now, you could argue the same thing for these highs. These highs are not getting higher and they're either holding or getting lower. That's true. That's true. That's true. But we're pretty elevated. We got SSR in play. This thing's easy to borrow. There's a lot of short volume in here. A lot of short volume in here. And there's guys with big wallets, big wallets. So this is like a micro cap situation, but magnified, much larger magnitude, if you will. So interesting potential here. So once we broke down into this range, I ended up selling and I got short, and we went down here and tested these lows. When we didn't break down, I was, on this candle, we didn't break down. We reclaimed here. I'm monitoring the volume. Even so, the volume's kind of weak, I still cut it off here because it just didn't feel right yet. And I was like, I just don't feel like this is I don't feel like I have good edge here. I mean, anyone could short here. It just doesn't seem right to me. Just didn't seem, where's the edge? I didn't smell any edge there. So I cut it off, and we kind of went up a little bit more, went up, and then we got this candle. We try and stand up out of this 2475 level where I got this line drawn right here, this horizontal line. And we stand up and we basically wick. Oh, excuse me. We stand up and, well, you see earlier we stood up and we wick. We can't, and then we do a couple red candles below it. And then we get this nice candle, but I mean, just really weak energy. And what happens? It just reverses. It stuffs, basically. It stuffs. And we reverse with a little higher volume and come back down into the range. And I'm thinking, you know what? We're still in this range. SSR's on, but all we just need is a big money short. We just need a big whale, or excuse me, a big money long, a big whale, a big long whale that's like, you know what? I don't like the action, and they want to bust some bids and get out. So that's what I was thinking here. So I started selling here, and I was thinking, we're getting really close to these lows. Now, when we started to stand, so I put on some good size here, and we this is like very diminished volume, by the way, or at least on this candle when I'm selling here. So really low energy. Then we get some volume. Start ripping into this thing, and we start standing up into this range. We break 2475. We get just a little bit above it, and I'm going, you know what? I'm green on the day. So this is very interesting. Okay, so nothing really to do with green on the day, but I mean, I had houses. I had some profit in my pocket, which is nice. So I was, anyways, This is what I'm thinking. Now, you see this thing happens a lot with microcap stocks. So you'll see microcap stocks, they'll consolidate and they'll go sideways. Or am I going this way? They'll go sideways. And it's one of those things where they're holding. Now, maybe SSR's on and there's a lot of shorts in there. There's a lot of longs in there. It's like anyone's guess. You feel the pressure, the pressure dial just rising. And I don't know whether they're no, it's anyone's guess, but which direction is it going to go? Is it going to go up or down? Yeah, whichever way it goes, and you're consolidating more and more, time's passing, you're the trade's going on for over an hour, that kind of thing. And it's anyone's guess on what's going to happen. There's tons of shorts in there, there's tons of longs in there, and I mean, it's either going to go up or it's going to go down, and it's going to do so in grandiose fashion. You might see some really nice sparks going when it picks a direction. But the thing is when this type of situation happens, and I see this much more with microcap, much smaller markets, you'll see that these names, what they'll do if it's going to end up going south first, it's going to go up before it does. So it's going to do a false breakout. It's going to break out. It's going to test highs. It's going to break out into that upper bound of that range. And then it's going to fall apart and break down, get stuffy stuff, fall back into the range that it was in. And then and only then will you see that, now it's top heavy. Now it's got enough weight to it that it can break that lower boundary of the range and end up going lower as you were anticipating in the trade. Now, the inverse can also be true. So please keep that in mind. I have a short bias generally. So, but I must definitely acknowledge that the inverse of everything I just described can be true. So please please take that into account also. But so anyways, here on this trade, when I started selling it, I put some good size on and we started to stand up and break down here. I instantly, my brain was like, alert, alert, alert. I think this is going to do that situation. I think this is going to do that like fake news bullshit, stand up on VWAP, break out of the range, test highs, and it's going to stuff. It's going to fall back into the range. It's going to get weak. And now and only now will it be top heavy. So I reacted quickly. I took all my size off here and I kept a clear head. That afforded me a good 30 cents in the, against me. I wasn't in the trade, and then I was able to nail the top of this thing, which felt amazing with all that size that I wanted. And I hit it, and I hit it good. And what happened was exactly what I anticipated. Now, a few comments about this a little more. This video is getting long, but this is very interesting, and I think this might be useful to a lot of you guys. Now, you might say, well, what if it kept going? Now, that's a very valid question, and it could have kept going. So the setup that I described, the situational setup that I described is you wanted to break out, you wanted to get above that higher end of the range and test on highs a little bit, but it's a matter of degree. You want it to go up, but up is a matter of degree. You do not want it to get too far relative to the range that it was at, that it feeds on itself and that demand turns into real demand, and now we're off to the races and it's getting squeezed higher, and the longs were right and the bears were wrong. The bulls are right and the bears are wrong. So it's a matter of degree, and what's too much? Hard to say. You can study this stuff. I welcome you to study it, but for me, I was looking for a little shove above 25, just enough to shake out some weak hands, get some weak hands in there on, buying the breakout, that kind of thing, and see if my idea was right. And man, look at it. It's beautiful. I freaking, dude, I nailed this shit. Like, beautiful. I'm really proud of this. Cut here and reassess and put all that size on right here. I mean, that just felt amazing. So that's how it played out. We fall back into the range. We get under VWAP again. I mean, that's like a big red flag right there. If you're long, and I don't care if this is an IZ stock and bigger cap stock, or a micro cap stock and a much smaller market cap, but if you're long on something like this and it's going to break out and you stand up on VWAP with this amazing volume, I mean, it's reclaiming, it looks strong, this is happening, shorts look screwed, this is it. And then it rejects and it falls right back into the range. That's a red flag. That's now got higher probability, higher potential, with much higher probability that can now be top heavy. And that's exactly what happened. And we continued, the top heaviness, the weight of it continued on the next candle here. On this red candle, we fell right to the bottom of the range, that we were, the 24, 25 area. So really happy to see that in just one shot. And then I knew at that point, I said, I think this is gonna be right. I don't think this is gonna hold. And I'm gonna start getting bigger on bounces. If this thing pops up, I'm gonna sell more of it. Because I think at that point in time, when you're a bear in this situation, this is the setup. That was my plan, and this is the setup. So now that price action is conforming to my plan, I mean, why would I not get bigger? I mean, this is playing out exactly how I wanted it to. So when we popped up here and we got back and we went to test these highs at 24.75, I thought that might be the top. So I got bigger. I put some more ads on, and now I had some really nice size on. And the next candle was, interestingly, it was kind of like the Hail Mary for longs, the shove. Come on, guys, we got SSR on. Let's show these shorts we can do this. And man, what a wick. I mean, it jammed up all the way to 25, big number, and then boom, all the way back down in that range. Big top wick. I mean, that, now if you're long and you still haven't gotten out yet, man, you are patient. You are really just, I don't know. I hope you're not hoping. But as it turns out, you had one more chance to get out. And then this 2475. So you see this 2475 level come into play. It was really cool to see. Whoops. Excuse me. This 2425 level come into play. That's kind of the range we were. That's kind of the range that we were consolidating in. And yeah, we did go above and below it a couple times, but really happy with this nail. I mean, just seeing it coming and instincts took over and get this cut. This cut was worth 35 cents to me. With this kind of size on, 35 cents, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That kept me clear headed, and I got to, I'm like writing this thing. I'm just in charge of it. I am in the driver's seat of this thing. This thing is conforming to my plan. Price is doing exactly what I thought it might, and it's making me more confident. I'm willing to get bigger. I mean, it's just a beautiful trade. I'm seeing the price action. We wick. I mean, it's just great. I'm seeing the tape. I'm watching the tape. I'm watching the bids drop. I'm watching, SSRs play a factor. I'm watching the shorts get more bold. It really played out really nicely. This was an excellent, excellent trade to end my week and just call it a week, man. And anyways, we fall off these 2475 levels and we just start slipping. We slam back down to test the bottom of the range and we just fall apart. I mean, volume starts coming in. This is all the long volume right here. These are all the guys, all this long volume right here. All this long volume that was going sideways that were trying to squeeze and go higher. They were trying to get long to break out and get this thing to squeeze and go higher. Play it off the SSR, whatever, hold muscle it against the shorts, whatever, what have you. But this volume right here, this is longs just like throwing in the towel. This is them admitting they were wrong. And this is big payday for me. Big payday for me. Really nice day. 6 sells up here, sick ads. Beautiful cut. God, man, just really happy about this trade. I just had to share this with you guys. This is getting really long, longer than the average video that I've been doing lately, but hopefully you guys appreciate it. If you do, please give me a thumbs up or let me know in the comments. I love reading the comments you guys are leaving me. It's outstanding feedback. It's really great to see that it's really great to get feedback that like I'm helping make a difference and I'm helping people realize some of their dreams more, become a better trader and become more consistent and learn more about trading. I think that's does my heart a lot of good. So I thank you guys very, very much for all the feedback you give me. So I took a bulk of it here at the big number 24 in case we bounced. I could recycle. We didn't. We went back down. We fell all the way down to 23.75. I don't quite remember what my average was, but the bulk of this position was sold up here above 25. And I put some ads on here at 24.75-ish, 24.80. And covered out a lot of it, maybe 60% of the position here at 24, and then about a third of the 30% of the position here, sub 23.75 and in the 23.60s. And I had about 10% of the position left. We got these wild wicks. We were pushing up and whatnot, but I was already out of most of it. These would have been some good sell spots, but I didn't catch them in time. They just kind of stood up and sat down really quickly. And then once we started pressing on this range here, I wasn't sure what this was going to do, and I only had 10% of my position left. So I was just like, you know what, this is a great trade. I'm done with it. I hit it and I punched out and took it. Booked the profit, and as it turns out, I was really glad I did. We went all the way back up to VWAP 24.75. I mean, I would have given back most of that unrealized. So really great trade. As it turns out, the way it traded the rest of the day so far, it tested VWAP, went back up, tested some lows here, went back up, pressed up, more VWAP, looking like it wants to test VWAP, and then it just fell apart on some volume. So I'll be watching this the rest of the day, but I'm likely done for the day, guys, done for the week. If I see something set up, then it's worth the risk. If I think I have edge, I'm going to take it. But if not, wonderful week. And I hope everyone got theirs and they had a great week also. So shout out to everyone. I'm going to go get my mocha right now, and then I'm going to come back and see if I can connect with some traders in MIC and enjoy the rest of my Friday. I hope you guys do the same, and we'll see you in Q&A tomorrow in chat at 1 p.m. market time. Thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate your support and for checking out what I'm doing. And like I said, it means so much to me that I'm getting so much feedback that I'm helping people. It does my heart tremendous good, and it's what this is all about. It's what this is all about. So thank you all very, very much. Happy weekend and talk soon. Thanks. Bye.